Before you long, I believe it's going to be a short message, I hope, but I would like to focus back on the series. I'm trying to deal with Proverbs chapter 6, actually going a little bit into 7, because the latter part is going to deal with temptations and other things, and I just want to make sure we try to do due diligence on it. But last week, we talked from the subject of this series, 5 practices or pitfalls that will wreck your life. And what is meaning within chapter 6 of Proverbs, there are some warnings that Solomon will give to his son that he should stay away from these practices because they can do tremendous harm to you in the long term. And so I was really amazed at the response I got back from some of you all even last week on last week's message. Beware of foolish financial decisions about assuming debt. And so I see that was really, it went well. And the truth of the Bible is full of instructions. Yes, and the bottom line is God wants us to be blessed. He wants us to be happy and healthy and whole. Amen. But we have to learn the word and apply the word. That's right. Amen. So continuing from the theme, 5 practices that will wreck your life, the second series, I'm going to talk about lessons from an ant. Amen. Yes, sir. Deal with lessons from an ant. And the theme of that will be the subject of laziness. Amen, amen. Y'all got quiet, but I love y'all anyway. Good to see everybody here. Amen. If you have your Bible, go to Proverbs chapter 6, and I'm going to read verses 6 through 11. Give out to God, Bishop Mother Wesley, my beautiful wife, First Lady, amen. Deacons, preachers, praise team, musicians, most of all, you all. Amen. Y'all have it? Amen. Okay, we go ahead and try to do this, get out the way so we can listen to our Sunday school teacher and enjoy our day. Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief officer or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. You may be seated. I want to talk again from this week's message from the theme 5 practices that will wreck your life. Lessons from an ant. Amen. 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 Lessons from an ant. Now, as I mentioned last week, when you look at Proverbs, it is wisdom literature, and Solomon authored a lot of it. Wisdom literature is really skill for learning. Knowledge is great and knowledge is power, but wisdom is a whole lot better. Amen. Now, this morning, our text this morning begins with Solomon continuing to point out warnings to his son. Amen? Amen. Now, Solomon's warning today focuses on the sluggard or being a lazy person. Mm-hmm. So we see that being lazy is not something that just happened within the last 100 years. Amen. All right, then y'all need to come on with it. Come on now, help me preach and I'll get out your way. Amen. Now, in these verses 6 through 11, again, this is a father trying to give parental instructions to a child. And on a high level, God is trying to give us parental instructions, being his children. Yes, sir. And a pitfall in life is laziness. Mm-hmm. All right. So it's been pinned here in the text for us to learn, just like the son that Solomon is trying to address. Now, he challenges the sluggard, the lazy person, to watch an ant and learn good work habits. Right. Solomon always loved nature. But when he thinks about a lazy person, his mind just went to a little ant that he sees walking around the ground. This lesson for the sluggard in the text can also be applied to us today. Let me get into the text. The very first verse says, "Go to the ant, O sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise." Watch this. He says, go to the ant. What many of us know is a little small insect. When you go out there in the yard, especially those that got big yards, you see little big old mounds. Yeah. Ants build those things. The little ant that you see running around. You know the ones that bite you and you start jumping and start undressing. All y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody been cutting the yard. You hit a mound. All of a sudden people look. People look out when they think you're doing a boogler. Ants that got all of your legs. I'm like, come on now, y'all need to come on like y'all want to have church tomorrow. Yeah. So I guess the only person that was step in a mound, an ant mound. But a little bit ant is what he's talking about. He's saying, go to the ant, O sluggard. The sluggard, the biblical definition is basically a lazy man or woman. Amen. Women don't get mad right out of here today. Amen. All right. Because men not the only. Okay.
All right, come on.
O sluggard, essentially the lazy man or woman. Amen?
Amen.
He says, consider her ways. In other words, watch or observe the ant and learn and apply.
Yes, sir.
Solomon's saying, look at sluggard, look at the little ant, observe it, learn from it, and apply what it does.
Amen.
Now, he begins his teaching exercise by comparing the sluggard or procrastinator to seeing the work ethic of an ant. Now, the sluggard from the Bible has a lot to say. Let me read a few verses for you. Proverbs 10:26 says this: lazy people irritate their employers like vinegar to teeth or smoke in the eye. Oh, y'all gotta read that again for y'all. Proverbs 10:26 says, lazy people irritate their employers like vinegar to the teeth or smoke to the eyes. Anybody ever had some smoke? If you're a non-smoker or folks smoke, have you seen how it irritates your eyes? That's what a lazy person is to their employer. Pastor William didn't say it. Proverbs 10:26 says.
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 13:4 says it this way: lazy people want much, but get little. But those who work hard will prosper. Can I read that again for y'all?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 13:4 says, lazy people want much, but get little. But those who work hard will prosper. Proverbs 15:19 says this: a lazy person's way is blocked with briars, but the path of the upright is an open highway. Got two more for you, because I got to identify the sluggard and what laziness looks like. Y'all still with me? All right then. Proverbs 21:25 says this: despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. In other words, lazy folk don't want to work. This is what Proverbs 21:25 said, not me. The last I'm going to read for the minute. Proverbs 26:13 says this: the lazy person claims there's a lion on the road. Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. What they're doing is they're making an excuse for not going down the road. Lazy people always find an excuse not to do something. We're going to be all right today. It's in the text. So now, he says, go to the ant, O sluggard, and consider her ways. So we know what an ant is. So we have somewhat of a biblical definition of what a sluggard is. Now I need to let you know what God's view of work is for them to put this thing together. The Bible is clear that the Lord ordained work for man in the garden. He made the garden and said, you keep it. That meant both of y'all keep up y'all keep it up. So we need to understand something called W-O-R-K was ordained by God. I say it again. God ordained work before there was sin. So before the fall, it was man supposed to have had a job. All right. I'm going to be good so y'all don't have to cringe.
You good?
Look what 2 Thessalonians says. 2 Thessalonians 3:10. Even while we were with you, this was Paul when he was talking to them. Even while we were with you, we gave you this command: those unwilling to work will not get to eat. In other words, see, during the death, when he was right to Thessalonians, he was there. See, they thought the rapture was coming. So they stopped doing everything. And Paul said, hold on, wait a minute. If you don't work, you don't eat. Ephesians 4:28 says this: if you are a thief, quit stealing. Instead, use your hands for good hard work. And then give generously to others in need. Now you need to work to take care of yourself. But as a believer, you need to be working to be able to help somebody else when they need it. Can somebody say work with me? Work is not an enemy. Work is not in the devil. Work is ordained by God. And if you don't work, you don't eat. Oh, y'all with me, the Lord? Yeah. 1 Timothy 5:8 says this. But those who won't care for their relatives, especially those in their own household, have denied the truth. Such people are worse than unbelievers. Can I say it like this? One version you have, it says, those who don't provide for their house and relatives are worse than an infidel.
All right, come on.
I got to come to the men first, but don't feel bad, brother. I'm coming right back at that later, so y'all just hang on in here with me. We're going to be good today. Let me tell you something, brother. You talk about getting married and don't take care of your family. You are worse than an unbeliever.
All right, come on.
Me move around. All right. This is over there in Acts 20, 34 and 35. You know, this is Paul. You know that these hands of mine have worked to supply my own needs and even the needs of those who were with me. And I have been a constant example of how you can help those in need by working hard. You should remember the words of the Lord Jesus. It's more blessed to give than receive. What Paul is saying here, me being an apostle, I could have somewhat put a demand for y'all to take care of me, but Paul is saying, I work with my own hands.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know where Christians feel that they want to know work is of the devil and they want, no. A Christian is supposed to be everybody working because you're supposed to be a living example.
Yes, sir.
Can I talk? Christians ought not be shunning work, seeing how much they can get away. You ought to be doing more work in front of everybody else. But let me hear a bit about it here. Now, we talked about we have defined the ant, we've defined the sluggard. We know what the Bible says about God's work. Now, before I go one step further, I need to talk about men and women. Men are supposed to work and provide.
Yes, sir.
Period. Scripture is full of examples. All God's men in Scripture, they had some kind of job. And when they went to go get married, they had some kind of employment.
Yes, sir.
So men, I'm not going to beat you because churches have beat you to death. Bottom line, if you are a man, you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to take care of your family. Because can I help some of y'all? If you say you love that woman, you will get out and do some work. Preacher, you picking on me now because I was told Jacob worked 7 years to get Rachel. And he said it didn't mean like much, so don't let no joker lay up on you talk about I love you and won't go out and get a 9 to 5. I'm here to tell you, love don't pay bills. I love you, but he's dropping you off at work. He keeping the car. That ain't love. That's for you men. Y'all got my back. Some of you women. Women have to work too. I don't know where it came from now. If you get married, y'all bear with me. If you meet a man that he has the income and say you can be a housewife, praise God. Y'all run down that road together. But I really wish some of our African American women would stop talking about I'm waiting for my knight and shine it on. Where in the world? He didn't find it the wife. Find it the thing. But what happens if you don't get found? You gonna starve and live on mom and daddy?
All right, come on.
Now, the Bible talks about those women that were married in the Bible. Yeah, their first primary role is to tend to the things of the house. But tending to things of the house does not mean laying on the couch watching Days of Our Lives and the sinking for the dishes and the children running around with dirty diapers. That's not what it says. Because the Bible says over in Proverbs 31, a virtuous woman, she was industrious. The Bible lets me know when you over there and read Ruth and Naomi, if I remember, she met Boaz and she was out there cleaning the field. Oh yeah. Jacob was talking when he went to find Rachel. The Bible says here in Genesis 29, Jacob was still talking with them when Rachel arrived with her father's flock, for she was a shepherdess. Now, you don't need to be supporting a man. But unless you've got this agreement up front, stop sitting back waiting for somebody to come take care of you.
All right. Amen.
Some of you women look at me funny, but that's all right.
Amen.
Just told some of these men. It's a sad excuse. When your woman make more money than you and you ain't trying.
All right.
You ain't trying to do nothing. You sit off to work. I'm going to be the house husband. Shame on you. She staying at home. She at work working 10 or 12 hours a day, overtime required, because somebody hurt your feelings. You walk off the job. Shame on you as a man. It's bad when a woman can do 12 hours and a brother do 8 talking about my feet hurt. Shame on you. She can't go home because she got little babies. You help her baby. She got to take care of you when you don't pay your child support. Let me hurry get out the way because I'm getting in trouble. But I'm all right because I'm preaching the text, so I guess I can't get too much trouble. But now, bottom line is, work is designed. Men should work. Women should work. I'm trying to move on.
Come on.
Parents, teach your children to work.
Amen.
Teach your children to work. One of the chief complaints I hear from women today is there are no good men. But the last time I checked, your 21-year-old son is sitting in the house on your couch because you refuse to make that joke and get up and work. So you're complaining about no more men, but you're raising a boy. You're raising a boy for another woman.
All right. Come on.
No count.
Come on now.
Let me go this way. I'm hit this point. Get out of here. See, I make it personal. I told y'all I got 3. I teach them. I have taught them if they do it, that's their own business. Go to school, get you a degree, and get you a job. You be self-sufficient on your own. You let that man meet you and love you because he needs to understand, I married you because I love you, I don't need you. Because if you wait for your knight to shine on, let me tell you something. Y'all hear me good. If a brother got rich by himself, he don't need you to tell him how to make more money. You make him mad, he gonna let you know where you stand. When you go into a relationship not holding your own, you are just went into a controlled environment. I'm gonna move on. Because folk will let you know, oh, brothers, y'all better help me. A lot of these old lazy brothers want to get them a career woman. My woman got a $70,000 job. She drives a vet. Let me tell you something. Sex only take it so far. You get to messing them too fast, she gonna let you know this is my house. That's my car. Drop my clothes off at the door when you leave. One of them songwriters say, I'll get another you. Same thing with a brother. You think you're running stuff, make him mad when he got everything. Hold on a minute. You need to get up out of here. So you need to be able to stand on your own when you get in marriage. Let me get up out of here before I get then don't nobody will come back. So now he said, go look at the ant, observe a way. He got a lesson. Now he's saying, look at the ant. He goes to what the ant has to offer. He says, look at the ant, verse 7. Without having any chief officer or ruler. The first lesson you can learn from an ant lazy person is, look what it says. They don't have a chief officer or ruler. An ant has initiative.
All right.
They missed that.
All right.
Really, they did.
No.
An ant has initiative
Yeah.
and they have discipline.
Come on.
An ant don't need somebody to stand over them saying, get up today and go to school.
Yeah.
Right.
Get up and go to work.
Come on.
You need to be working.
Yes, sir.
Ants do what they need to do.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me an ant don't need somebody, a taskmaster, but we need somebody to tell us what to do all the time.
All right. Come on.
Ants don't have someone to motivate them.
Yes,
Watch it. They know what needs to be done and do it.
That's right.
I don't know if you all have seen the movie Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
Over Taraji Henson.
Yeah.
In that movie, there was 3 ladies. One of the ladies, I forgot her name, but she was working with the computers. I think it was a Fortran computer had just came out and nobody knew how to use it. She went to the library, got a book, learned it by herself, and they got this big computer that nobody could use, and And when the opportunity presented itself, she was the one who ended up running the computer, and she ended up being the first black supervisor at NASA, not NASA. Why? Because she took initiative. Why are you still waiting for somebody to tell you what to do? Jobs don't come knock on your door. Blessings do every now and then, but that ain't the norm. Jobs don't come every day. You better take some initiative. You better get up off your do nothing and do something. Watch this. Ants don't have overseers. They don't have someone standing over them. They're disciplined. You as an employee, it's really bad when you fill out an application and it says you're supposed to be 18 or older. You hired to do a job, but then people got to stand over you to make sure you do what you signed up to do. He said the ant, you know what? If you see an ant, they always move.
Yeah, all the time.
They always move. Why? He's saying, look at the ant, lazy person. The ant doesn't have anybody over them, but they do what they need to do.
Yeah, you're right about it.
So therefore, nobody should have to tell somebody to get up and do what they need. Nobody should have to stand over you and tell you to do your work, get a job, take care of your business. An ant has initiative, and an ant has discipline. Now, no supervision. You can often see a lone ant carrying something by themselves. A little bit of ant is a little bigger than that. Sometimes you be like, what in the world? They get like you got a crumb on it. A little bit of ant is by themselves. Just carrying this big old crumb. I'm going to leave that right there. Some people only work when their supervisor's looking. Next thing he says in verse 8, he says, she prepares her bread in the summer. The thought pattern for that verse is the ant works hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hard work ain't going to kill nobody.
You're right about it. You're right.
Yeah, the ant works in the summer. It's hot, but some of us don't want to go to work because the job is too hard. Can I talk for 1 second?
Talk.
See, but if you took care of your business on the front end, that somewhat can define what kind of work you do. But if you don't take care of your business on the front end, you have to get something called manual labor, and you want to blame everybody else because of the work you do, but you had the same opportunity to prepare yourself not to do hard work. Amen anyhow.
Amen.
In other words, they got schools, trades, and everything else. But the bottom line is the ant works hard during the summer. There's nothing wrong with a good, hard day's work. The truth about it is, sometimes work is the only place some of us going to get some real exercise. Let me get them out of here. Sometimes when you go to work, that's the only time you're going to get rid of break a sweat. But the point he's saying, the ant works hard in the summertime.
Yes, sir.
Look at the ant. And look at this. A lot of times in the summertime, we want to play. The ant is working
Working, surely.
when work is optimal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at Colossians chapter 3, 23 to 24. This is what it said to us. Work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Oops.
Amen.
Oops.
Amen.
Oops. Oops. So the work you do, when you dodge your work saying, I've done enough today, ain't nobody else done nothing, I'm going to stop and let everybody else catch up. But you got to realize, it says to you and I believer, you need to do your work as unto the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Because the Lord is the one who gave you the job anyway. So you hide from your employer, ain't hurt nobody. You bring a disgrace because you should be working as unto the Lord because he's the one who opened the door for you to get the job. In other words, work hard, do all you can do.
Amen.
Let me move on. I'm about finished, y'all.
All right.
Next thing he said, he said he works hard in the summer, but look what else it is. And gathers her food in harvest. They take advantages of opportunities to get ahead. It's going to be tough, but
All
right on them.
Come on.
During the seasons of plenty, the ant works overtime.
All right.
Yep. Right.
On some jobs, there are sometimes you can do some work to get ahead, but you say, you know what? I've done enough today. I'll pick it up tomorrow. But the ant works knowing that this plenty may not last long.
All right.
Y'all know sometimes they got overtime on the job. They say, you want to work? Nah, I'm going to go home. You are getting ready to go home and watch TV. When you can go and get you 2 more hours Monday through Friday, that's 10 hours overtime. Your check got just a little bit better. You ain't got to spend the money, but you can put it. Can I help some of us? Put it in a savings account. Just because you make it don't mean you got to spend it the same week. Y'all look at me funny, but some of us need to understand a savings account is a savings account. But anyway, move right on. During seasons of plenty, the ant works. We, just like the ant, should work while the opportunity presents itself because we don't know what's ahead. The truth of the matter is, without work ethic, some of us have left some money on the table. The ant don't leave anything on the table because the ant has a built-in mechanism knowing that winter's coming. Some of y'all need to understand that winter's coming.
You're right about it.
Being in management, I know there are times when you have seasons of overtime. And there's a time when they tell us to run everybody out the building at 8 hours period. Then you got people trying to slow down to get to work. But if you work hard when you had the opportunity, you could relax when it was time. Take it, watch this. Take advantage of the harvest of your age. Y'all gonna hang on here with me? Work hard and be productive while age is on your side. See, some lazy people have always said, you know what, I ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna work a job. I'm gonna wait on the government. I'm gonna try to get all around work. Then all of a sudden, 50 and 55 kick in. Then all of a sudden, some unforeseen circumstances happen. Now you have to go to work, and your body can't do this work that you're doing, and you want to blame folks. But see, when you're young, you need to make full advantage and work while you can. It's hard trying to start a career at 55 years old when you have had at least 20 years of being productive, but you rather sat around, avoid jobs. I ain't working for this person. I got one there, huh? You want to work all these years, but now all of a sudden you 50 some years old, you got to go down there and work at FedEx in the hub, flipping them heavy packages. You need to take advantage of your age as it relates to work. See, lazy folks say, I'll get it later. All right. You heard, get up out of here. Ecclesiastes talks about serving the Lord when you're young because of the benefit of your youth. The same can be said of your natural physical work. Many times people have been lazy in their youth. Unforeseen circumstances happen. Finally having to work. I just told you I wasn't trying to be funny. Let me tell you something. When you get to the point of being dependent on other people, again, if you are a housewife, that's good. All I'm saying, make sure you got that up front. Both have agreed on it. Now, let's say, spouse dies. You forced into the workforce. What you do now? Can I talk some men right quick? You got them parents that babied you. Be good. I'm trying to be good. I'm gonna say you got parents that, especially some of these men, instead of making that joke, get up and get a job. You shield him from the world. You fall off the scene and die. He's 30, 35, 40 years old, has no skill, and he lost.
You're right about it.
Now all of a sudden, you got somebody up in age, has to go make a living. But the opportunity was there and nobody maximized. The ant does that. You go, it's hot outside, ant is out there working. Say what you want. It's 100 degrees. That work. 100 degrees, we'll call in for work. Oops, I said that, didn't I? Let me get on out of here. Now, the ant takes advantage of opportunities. Watch this. Then he warns us as we wind down. I'm out of here. The warning is, look what Solomon said. He says, now look, how long are you going to stay in bed? He said, how long are you going to stay in bed? Are you ever going to get up? Verse 8, the B part of verse 8. Then verse 9 says, how long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? He's saying this sluggard lay in the bed too much. You ever seen people can't get enough sleep? They don't stay, their day does not start until 9 o'clock.
All right.
Sorry, that ain't popular now. It's fine. Can I go back to children?
Oh, yeah.
What? My imaginary person always Little Johnny. Why Little Johnny got to lay in the bed at 11 o'clock in the morning?
All right.
When first late night, he tired. Okay, that's why I don't have no sons. But anyway, I said when I got married, it was understood. All able bodies leave the house at 8 o'clock.
All right. Amen. All right about that. Yeah.
I repeat it for y'all.
Come on.
We paid it.
All able bodies leave the house at 8 o'clock. That means when I leave, everybody else leave too.
All right.
On Saturday, it's fine. Me and First Lady had bumped heads. Thank God. I'm being serious. They're going on 14 years. No real arguments. We bumped heads. It's 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, kids asleep. Why they sleep? Baby, they tired. Get them kids up.
That's right. Hit the
They said, get them up.
roll call.
We got children laying in the house now all day long.
You right about it, man.
And you let it happen.
Yeah.
But he's saying to the lazy person, how long you going to stay in the bed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's work to do. Anybody from the country like me?
Yes, sir.
As soon as that light comes up, you see a little lizard in the window.
Yeah.
You smell them sausage next again. Everybody get up and start working. And 9 o'clock, as soon as it get dark, cut that TV off. Let me forget about y'all way. But he's warning against laying in the bed, being lazy. He said, how long you gonna stay in the bed? This is Solomon talking a long time ago. And the truth about it is, some of us let our kids, and I hope you ain't got no grown man laying up in your house all day. You done got up and went to work, and he's still there. Anyway, let me get a call. The conclusion of this matter is this. He's saying, look here, how long you gonna stay in the bed? Laying around. This is the last part, verse 10 and 11. It's the warning and the result of being lazy. Hear me good.
Yes, sir.
Look what he says in verse 10. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. He says, and poverty will come upon you like a rock, and want like an armed man. In other words, he says, a little sleep, you keep sleeping, resting, poverty's gonna come upon you.
All right.
He's looking at verse 11. You know, I like words. Verse 11 says, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. When you're lazy, poverty and begging is what's gonna come to.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Y'all, anyway. People that are lazy and don't want to work, hear me good. Yeah, keep playing, I'm finished. When they get old, they don't have any retirement benefits to live off of. You do know that there's a percentage that they use and all that. Even those that have a long, good work history, you don't have a whole lot coming back.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a good work history, when you can work, the day is coming when you will not be able to work. You go down and hurt yourself and try to get some disability. $500 or $600 don't do much for you. You work all your life and say, you know what, time to draw my Social Security. And they tell you all you get is $700. $700 won't pay a utility bill. Won't pay a roof over your head. What Solomon is saying here, you keep being lazy and procrastinating, you're going to be poor. And God, he's warning him to stop being, he's saying, this is the warning against lazy, because if you're lazy, you are setting yourself up that poverty and lack is what's going to be the end of your life.
Yes, sir.
People who don't want to work won't have any resources coming when their working days are over. Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Lazy people who don't work will not have anything of any value to call their own.
You right about it.
Lazy folk that say, I don't want to work, I got better things to do, keep getting my rest. What you gonna do for a car? What you gonna do for a home? What you gonna do for clothes? We're not talking about situations that happened to you that were unforeseen. He's focusing on people that are lazy, that have an opportunity to get up and go get a job and work and do something with their life, that refuse to they just want to get rest. That's what he's talking about. If you have a situation that you didn't ask for, he's not talking to you. The warning here is about being lazy. Let me tell you what Proverbs 10 and 15 says. The wealth of the rich is their fortress, The poverty of the poor is their destruction. Work brings profit. Proverbs 14:20. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. You ever seen people that did hard work? It's profitable. You ever seen people that talk a good talk?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
But when it's time to have something, they don't have anything?
No.
Working is one thing, talking is another.
No.
This ain't on the page, but to my men, which I pretty much know all of you, but we are taping, so for somebody that may be out there listening to it. As a man, you want something of your own.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This is a freebie. You got your woman talking about marrying her. You want her to respect you, have your own.
All right.
You want her to respect you with the respect that the Bible talks about, have your own.
All right.
When you talk about getting married, have somewhere to take that woman to, and not your mama house.
All right. Yes, sir.
Situations vary.
Uh-huh.
I ain't talking about there's always an exception. But the general thing is, as a man, have your own, or be in the process of getting your own.
Right now.
That's right.
Because I'm telling you, I talk to many folk, and I've said it before. You get a marriage, you get a relationship with a woman that talks to a man real stupid. She love him, she just don't respect him.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
When you take care of your business, she might not like you, but she'll shut up. Why? Because she don't want to pay them bills. Y'all want to say amen?
Amen.
Yeah. You want to pay the house no column? That's all right. She might sling your food to you, but she gonna bring it. Watch this. Proverbs 21:5. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Can I say that for a second?
Oh, yeah.
You always see people want to get a gig. I got a gig, and I got to hustle, but I want to do the hard work.
All right.
Gigs last for a season.
All right.
A hustle lasts for a season.
Uh-huh.
Good study employment helps a lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to go apply for a house
Uh-huh.
with a gig.
You right about it.
All right, Bridget.
Hard to go down and tell you want a car
Yeah.
on a gig.
Uh-huh.
Am I doing all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First thing gonna say, what's your social? What's your first thing gonna say, where's the place of employment? Oh, I got a gig. Okay, what's the name of your gig? How much you make? I need some tax return. Okay. Your social. You have no credit. Why? Because you got a gig. Let me hear her get out of here because y'all done got mad. A hard worker has plenty of food. This is Proverbs 28:19. A hard worker has plenty of food, but a person who chases fantasies ends up in poverty. In other words, let me tell you what that means. Watch it. A hard worker has plenty. You work, you gonna have something to eat.
Oh, yes.
And y'all big as I am, you love to eat. See, you work, you can say McDonald's today. I know some of y'all are above McDonald's, but hey, I like it. You work hard, you can go in the refrigerator, and if you're nice, say you ask your wife, will you fix me something? Like I said, yeah, no problem. But there's food in there. But it says here, but a person who chases fantasy ends up in poverty. In other words, you got folk still chasing a dream 75 years old. I'll use something from the TV so nobody was trying to pick it. I think one of the movies, Gabrielle Union was in, she was with a guy 40-something years old, still aspiring to be a rapper. You aspire to be a football player, you're 55 years old. You want to be a business owner, but yet you've been doing it for 35 years. It's saying your hard work, you eat. Chasing fantasies is just a fantasy.
All right.
Won't lack. Watch this. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich.
You right.
Proverbs 13:4 says, lazy people want much, but get little. But those who work hard will prosper.
Oh, yes.
Lazy people want much. And it's like, I sure would like, but what are you doing to get it? It says here, lazy people want much, but get little. But those who work hard will prosper. Proverbs 20:4. Those too lazy to plow in the right season will have no food in the harvest.
You right. You right about it.
How does poverty and want come on you? The last part of this verse. It talks about like a robber. Watch this. Robbers catch you off guard, do they not? So does poverty due to laziness. You will wake up one day, caught off guard, and realize you don't have anything.
All right.
You have wasted valuable time to gain resources, and that time has passed, never to be reclaimed again.
Right.
Just like we are at the mercy of a robber, you're at the mercy of the robber, right? Lazy people will end up being at the mercy of poverty and want. You ever get robbed? That man got that gun. You at their mercy.
Yes, sir.
You mess around and be lazy and don't start getting a good work ethic. Poverty and want. You gonna be at their mercy. You'll be running around here looking. Can I stay with you? Can I use your car? Can you lend me some money? Robber strip you. Just like robber can take your stuff from you, laziness over time will strip you of number one, your money, your resources. They will strip you of food, clothing, and shelter.
You right about it.
And I'm gonna end on this one. The last thing they strip you of is your dignity and your self-worth. So this morning, the lesson from the ant is, number one, he telling the sluggard, you need to look at that ant.
Oh, yes.
That ant don't need anybody standing over.
No,
That ant has initiative and is discipline. You need to understand that ant works in the summer. That ant works hard. We need to sometimes put our pride aside and get the best job we can to put some money back.
Oh, yes.
Now you start doing your best on that job and pray God can open some doors so you get promoted to do other things. But the bottom line is we have to stop avoiding hard work.
You right about it.
You learn that from the ant. The ant works hard. Gave the Bible, gave the passage over in Colossians. You need to understand, whatever you do it unto the Lord.
Oh, yes.
You also got to understand that ant works so we have food in the harvest. So many times we just say, you know what, I've given them 8 hours and I'm through. Look, if there's money on the table, you go get that money. Because let me tell you something. That time frame is going to play out.
Yes, sir.
You don't know jobs are here today and then they lay off tomorrow. But if you go ahead and get that money while you can, put that money aside. We have to work to put up because there is a day called tomorrow. Because if you don't, it's the last thing. It's the warning. If you don't, this is again, hear me good. God is not chastising anybody. It's a warning against being lazy. God does not want this.
Yeah.
That's why he inspired the writing to say, hey, laziness ends up in poverty. And God don't want his people running around here without anything. God wants us to be blessed.
That's right.
The doors of the church are open.